If you've got high cholesterol, you may have been told to avoid bacon altogether, and that's understandable. Bacon is high in both cholesterol and saturated fat. But recent studies suggest dietary cholesterol isn't as harmful as we once thought. However, it's the saturated fats in bacon that really raise concerns. These fats can lead to higher LDL cholesterol levels when consumed too often. So while bacon itself isn't as harmful as once thought, the saturated fats can be problematic. In reality, it's the frequency and quantity of consumption that matters most. The bacon is toxic crowd and the bacon is a superfood crowd are both wrong. Here's the real picture. Eating bacon occasionally is fine for most people, but regular, large servings can raise your cholesterol and heart disease risks. So, bacon in moderation is safe for most, but watch your portion sizes. The bacon is toxic crowd and the bacon is a superfood crowd are both wrong. Bacon's high in saturated fat, not cholesterol, because that's what raises your heart disease risk. So it's about balance. Enjoy bacon occasionally, but don't overdo it. So bacon is fine for most people with high cholesterol. The one exception, if you eat it every day. If that put your mind at ease, I've got one on heart-healthy oils next. If you've got high cholesterol, you might be told to avoid bacon entirely. It's understandable. Bacon is high in saturated fat and cholesterol. But recent studies suggest dietary cholesterol has less impact on blood cholesterol than we thought. The wellness influencers who say bacon is toxic and those toting bacon as a superfood are both off base. So what's the real story with bacon and high cholesterol? For most people, eating bacon in moderation doesn't pose a significant risk, but it's important to watch your total saturated fat intake over time. If that puts your mind at ease, I've got one more worry to tackle next. The bacon is toxic crowd and the bacon is a superfood crowd are both wrong. Here's the real picture. Moderation is key, but always check your total saturated fat intake for heart health. So bacon in moderation is fine. Just be mindful of your overall diet quality. So bacon is fine in moderation for most people. The one exception, if you have high cholesterol or heart disease risks, keep an eye on your saturated fat intake. If that put your mind at ease, I've got one on